This is a story about a group of 9 friends who set out to conquer one of the largest and harshest mountain ranges in the world. They were an enthusiastic and skilled group of student hikers, each with their own unique personality and strengths. And they were led by an experienced guide named Igor Dyatlov. He was well respected by his peers and known for his calm demeanor and ability to keep his group safe. In early February 1959, this seasoned team of hikers set off into the Ural Mountains with the goal of reaching a remote pass known as Their journey would take them across rugged terrain, through dense forests, and over frozen rivers. But they were prepared for the challenge ahead. They packed their bags with supplies and equipment, checked their maps, and planned their route carefully. They were a tight-knit group and excited to tackle this new adventure together. As the days passed, the group made steady progress, their spirits high as they took in the stunning views around them. But on the morning of February, something happened that none of them could have predicted. When the group awoke in their tent, they found themselves in a terrifying situation. The tent had been cut open from the inside, and several of their companions were missing. In a panic, they quickly unzipped the tent and emerged into a snowy landscape, disoriented and unsure of what had happened. As they looked around, they saw no sign of their missing friends, only a few sets of footprints in the snow that led away from the tent and disappeared into the forest. It was then that they realized that something truly strange and sinister had occurred during the night. In the days that followed, search parties combing through the snow-covered mountains found the bodies of all 9 hikers. An investigation was launched to determine what had caused such a bizarre incident. And despite numerous theories, the true cause of the Dyatlov Pass incident remains a mystery to this day. The first thing that really stands out about this case is the group's tent. It was found abandoned, cut open from the inside, and partially buried in snow. 8 of the 9 hikers were found near the tent, and 1 was found a few miles away. Some of the hikers were found lying on the ground, while others were huddled together in small groups. All of the bodies were naked or partially clothed, and some had injuries that were inconsistent with the cold weather. There are 2 main theories as to what happened to the Dyatlov Pass hikers. The first is that they were killed by an avalanche, which would explain why the tent was cut open and why the bodies were found separated. However, there is no evidence of an avalanche in the area at the time, and the tent would not have been damaged if one had occurred. Another popular theory is that the hikers were killed by katabatic winds. These are strong, cold winds that blow down slopes in mountainous areas and can cause hypothermia in humans. However, this theory does not explain why the hikers left the tent or why some of them were found naked. A third, more controversial theory is that the hikers were killed by This is a low-frequency sound wave that can cause physical and psychological effects in humans, such as nausea, anxiety, and even heart attacks. However, there is no evidence that infrasound can cause these effects, let alone death. Some have speculated that the hikers may have been victims of military testing, but there is no evidence to support this claim. Others believe that the hikers were the victims of paradoxical undressing, a rare phenomenon in which victims of hypothermia remove their clothing before dying. The official Soviet investigation concluded that the group had been killed by an avalanche, but this has been disputed by many. In fact, no single theory perfectly explains all of the evidence in the case. In the years since the Dyatlov Pass incident, it has captivated investigators and the public alike. Numerous expeditions have been mounted to the Ural Mountains in an attempt to solve the mystery, but to no avail. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most famous unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. And so it is with a heavy heart that we remember the 9 individuals who lost their lives on that fateful day in February 1959. May their souls rest in peace. If you like this episode, please subscribe for more.